Hi, my name is Gina Irvin. I will be your instructor for BA 101, the second and 7-week term. The CRN for this class is 21751. I want to start out by saying this is a completely online class. It starts April 1st, 2024, and it ends on May 18th, 2024. This is a 7-week term. So we do have a pretty quick pace with this class because we cover 2 to 4 chapters a week. We cover all the same material that's covered in a 15-week class. So when you open up your class, you're going to see this announcement page. And this is the first one that I'll have posted, a welcome announcement. And I explain exactly how everything's set up for the class. I'm going to kind of walk you through and show you where things are. We do all of our work for this class on My Biz Lab through Pearson. And that access, the ebook, which is found on there, as well as the lab where you do all of your work, homework, quizzes, tests, everything's done on there, is included with your tuition. Okay. I do add some discussion boards that throughout the class and some writing assignments, and I add those grades onto My Biz Lab. I will show you where the discussion board icon is in just a minute. We do not have regularly scheduled Zoom sessions with this class. I do offer Zoom sessions throughout the semester as an option if you have questions. I would be happy to meet with you at a mutually agreed upon time. I know you all have classes and work, and I also have classes and work. So if that's something that you would like to do, I would be happy to meet with you. Typically, questions in these online classes are short, quick answers. You ask me a question about a test, or there's a question about something you had a problem with in one of the chapters, and I can easily explain an email. But I'm happy to meet with you via Zoom if that's something you would like to set up. I am offering an optional Zoom session on the first week, Thursday, April 4th at 11 a.m. And here is the Zoom link that you can click on for that meeting. I stay on there a minimum of 30 minutes. Most semesters I might have 1 or 2 students show up. Some semesters I have no one show up. So after 30 minutes, if no one's online, I'm going to end the meeting. But I would be happy to add more time to accommodate students' questions if you need to ask me questions and have concerns. So keep that in mind. I'm going to show you the area called Start Here over here on the left. Okay, here we have the announcements. We have this area called Start Here. Now, when you click on this, all of this is going to be available starting March 25th, the week before the class starts. And I do that on purpose so you can take a look at the schedule and see what things look like. And if this is something that doesn't work for you, then you can change your schedule and drop the class, because there are a lot of times people on the wait list trying to get into these classes. I'd like you to know up front what you're looking at for work. Okay, so I have a brief introduction about myself. Here's our course syllabus that you can click on, and this will pull up and basically explains about the class, the purpose of the course, our catalog course description, talk about our goals, program goals for the class. All of our business students take BA 101. Course policies are also found on Blackboard. I will show you where to find those and click on those so you understand all that. Basically, this is an online class. Everything is self-motivated. I do have things scheduled week by week. I don't open up more than 1 week at a time until the last week. I do open up the last week for the test and work, so if students want to finish earlier, they can. This is all classroom etiquette and student behavior is also addressed in our college policies. Information about unauthorized recordings, student services, as well as our college policies and resources that is available on Blackboard. Here's an outline of the class, and then here's our requirements. Talk about our grading scale. A is 90 to 100, 80 to 89 to B, 70 to 79 to C, 60 to 69 to D, 59% below is an F. Here's our breakdown of work that we're going to have this semester. It's 1,000 points. We have 4 exams that cover multiple chapters. Quizzes are shorter. Not every chapter you have a quiz. And then your homework is labs on My Biz Lab for each chapter. Sometimes simulation labs. They have you put you in a scenario and ask you what to do. Discussion boards and some writing assignments that go along with some of the tests, as well as other assignments. So that's the syllabus. Here's our course schedule. Now, I advise you to print this, and I should have this open. It's in a PDF, and my computer doesn't always open this up. Basically, what this does is shows every week what's due. I also have that same information in each weekly folder, which I will click on here in just a minute. Okay, I advise you to print it because that way you can cross off things to make sure you don't miss anything. I've had a couple students the last couple terms miss assignments because they just didn't look the whole way down through the course schedule for what was due that week. Course etiquette, here's something you can read. Talks about what I expect from you, what you expect from me, and this online course expectations. and this course tour video I'm going to add right here to this section. So the Start Here area is available starting March 25th. So it's open the entire time the class is open and we have class. Over here, we have the college policies and resources I mentioned. This is something that's available for all classes. Talk about attendance. I do like to mention that you have to do work within the first week or we report you as never attended. And once you're taken out of a class for never attending, you're not put back into a class. Okay? Federal credit hours definition statement about how much time you should expect to spend on a class. Talk about your email. You're expected to check your email at least once daily. In this class, particularly because it's the only way I have of getting a hold of you. The announcements also go to your email, but if I need something from you, for example, I had a student who missed an assignment. She did the wrong assignment for a test, a writing assignment last semester, and she didn't check her email for 10 days. Okay, I gave her a deadline. It wasn't submitted on time, so she got a 0. So please check your email every day. You should be doing this for all your classes, not just here, not for just this class. Academic dishonesty, the college policy on that, plagiarism and cheating. I do have your papers turned into SafeSign, which checks for plagiarism. You have to give credit for any work that's someone else's. Okay, so there's a little blurb about that to look at. Also, accessibility for students who have needs there, community standards and student well-being, unauthorized recording, sexual harassment, discrimination, wellness resources. We have a lot of resources available for you on student services. Please take advantage of the services the college offers. We offer a lot of things to help students as they're working their way through their college career. Religious, faith-based observances and accommodations. So that's under the college resources, policies and resources right there. The info for unplanned closures, this doesn't apply to our class because it's an online class. So even if there's bad weather or they have to close down because the college has no electricity, it doesn't affect us at all. This class goes on either way for the entire 7 weeks. If you need to contact me, the best way to get a hold of me is to email Mrs. Urban right here. And this will take you right into an email to compose a message to me. Okay. I try to make it very simple so that you can get in touch with me. I check my email the first week. I check my email in the morning every day. And the first week, probably 3 times during the day. I always check one time around 7 o'clock at nighttime. Throughout the semester, I check in the morning and by 7 o'clock each day. So at least twice a day, I check email. I will get back to you within 24 hours. If you don't get an email response from me, please send it again. I won't get upset if you send it a second time. Every once in a while, I don't get an email from a student. I don't know why. And then all of a sudden, I'll get both of them at the same time. I don't want you to feel like you're abandoned out there, no one to help you. We talked about Start Here. Here's textbook materials. Now, as I mentioned, please do not pay for anything for this class. Access to My Biz Lab and the ebook are part of your tuition for this class. So please do not purchase anything else. Please do not use the temporary 14-day courtesy access either. That messes things up also. Here's a registration handout you can click on to tell you about how to get into your class. You will get an email from the bookstore. And basically what happens is they're going to tell you need to go into this area right here and click on course text access code. Okay, and what happens, and I'm sure this will work because I was in here the other day, when you click on this card right here, this is your Biz Lab access and e-text. When you click on this, a code comes up. Now this is my code, so don't copy the code or think anything of it. You copy that code to the clipboard, and then you're going to be asked when you try to log into My Biz Lab right here, you're going to be asked to put that code in, and that gets you in for free for the entire semester, and you have access to the ebook. Okay. When you go into My Biz Lab, and yours will look a little bit different, but you will see this thing called Pearson. Click on this, and it'll take you into Pearson. Okay. It's going to be another screen that comes up. Okay. And then it's going to say Open Pearson. Now, at this point, it's going to look different. So I'm going to get out of this because this is obviously an instructor's page, not your page. Okay. But that's where you'll enter your code to get in for free. Okay. And that's all you need to do to be able to get into your assignments. Okay. We do have some discussion boards throughout the semester. I do have a student general discussion board that I post. Students can post here if you have questions. I monitor this just to clarify information. It's for students to go back and forth between each other. Okay. The first discussion board is week 1, intro to the class discussion board. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what your major is, where you are in your journey for college, when you think you're going to graduate. We don't meet in person, so this kind of makes it a little bit more friendly with the people you're working with. Okay. Here's your case study emerging issue project information. We have this due. This is due on May 4th. I have an entire week in our schedule, week 5, dedicated to this case study. Okay. We have directions here. We have the rubric here, and I have a video from the instructor that set up the project. All of us in BA 101, all of us that teach BA 101 at Hartford Community College use the same project. You must choose an industry and an issue for this particular project by the information that's listed. Okay, follow the directions. It's worth 100 points. Okay, here's a link for the Learning Center. Okay, now this is Learning Center has all kinds of resources to help you, including tutoring. Please make this part of your life at Hartford Community College. Okay, here's something called Net Tutor that we offer. They do have live learning assistants. They have offline learning assistants. Here's some links for you to use. They provide this information. The colleges provide this information. They can also, they have a paper center, how you can submit a paper to them. And I guess they're, from what I understand, they go through and help you with your paper to review it, et cetera. A lot of times students just need a little bit of help to get through classes, and not just this class, any class. And these services are available to you as a student, part of what your tuition pays for at Harvard Community College. Okay. Now, the next part is our weekly folders. And this is what I wanted to show you. What I've done is for each week, I have taken our schedule, our course schedule that I couldn't pull up for you, and copied it for each week. So week number 1 is April 1st to April 6th. So it starts on Monday, April 1st, and we start the week on a Monday because that's when the college starts the term because we had our break before that. And our weeks always end on a Saturday in this class. So it's going to end on April 6th at 11:59 p.m. Okay. Everything is due by the end of the day on a Saturday. Okay. So here's your reading assignment, chapter 1, chapter 2. Okay. Here's your introduction discussion board post, your videos for chapter 1, your sim for chapter 1, your quiz for chapter 1. You have some videos for chapter 2, some sim and a quiz, and chapter 3 you have to read. Okay. Now, because we are a 7-week class, I still have to fit in my exams. So you're also going to have some exams. Most weeks you have an exam. The first week you have an exam on chapters 1 to 3. It's comprised of 50 points in multiple choice test on MyBizLab and 50 points for scenarios on MyBizLab. Okay. If you look down through here, I have a link for everything for you for the week. Here's your discussion board link. If you click on that, it takes you into the discussion board. Okay. I'm not going to do that right now because it's not available yet. Okay. Here's your learning objectives for chapter 1. Here's your chapter 1 PowerPoint. Here's your video assignment for chapter 1. Okay. Mini sim for chapter 1. Everything has an icon. Okay. I try to go through and make sure all these links are valid. I double check everything as we go through the class because every once in a while something gets wonky. Okay. And that happens with technology. We all know it does. For example, this one link right here is not working because I forgot to change the date for the intro to discussion. But I will fix that, the introduction to class discussion board. Okay. Notice I tell you how many chapters are covered each week. Here's week 2. 4 chapters covered. We start with chapter 4, do 5, 6, and we do 7, and another exam that week. Okay. The pace here is pretty intense because we cover everything in 7 weeks, half the time. So it's very compressed. Okay. Please know that you can reach out to me by clicking on email Mrs. Irvin at any point in time. I'd be happy to answer your questions via email, or if you want to meet by Zoom, happy to do that too. Let's have a fun semester. Please stay in touch and happy to work with you this semester.